back to 30 and Thriving. Valentine is coming. Where is your boyfriend? So, guys, today's episode is proudly sponsored by FATS. They are keeping us hydrated. Chanungodongo nje this Valentine's, drink your water and mind your business. Hi, Nyasha, how are you?
I'm just drinking my water and minding my own business.
How are the pressures and the temperatures and the blood pressures this Valentine's?
The blood pressure is high. We have been found wanting.
Yeah, okay. So guys, it's Valentine's and so today I want to talk about all things Valentine. Like, do you believe in it? What is it about? Like, should we even be pressed about it? Like,
Every day should be Valentine's. In my opinion, if someone loves you that much, they shouldn't wait for a special day. Maybe the special day is there for you to amplify the love that you have, but it should be something that is a habit where you gift your partner, your lover, if that's also their love language, because I would speak for myself. I don't love flowers. I don't love chocolates. Like, what do I do with flowers?
Yeah.
So you need to understand your person's love language. And during Valentine's Day, you make sure you amplify it, not for your partner to wait for that specific day for you to do something special for them.
Right. I think I also resonate with you. Like, you should, there are certain things that you should be doing for your partner,
Yeah.
and not to wait for Valentine. But like the pressure that comes with the day, like, and I also feel like it's a commercial.
Yeah, it's commercialized.
It's commercialized.
Trying to say,
That's
sell
where
flowers.
yeah, so
product-
that's where most of the pressure is coming from. Because like now you see red everywhere, like flowers everywhere. Saga that kind pressure keguthi you feel even with the receiver,
Yeah.
you're feeling the pressure, like, and you're not expectant with it. My chocolates, Nema flowers, Nika perfume should be there on the day. And then also, even the giver, Wacho, is like feeling the pressure. Amana, should I just, go empty handed and not? But I think I believe also in the same thing. I could see like love should be celebrated every day.
Yeah.
And there's this thing, Chiguti, lately people we've been pushing this narrative, Yakuti, relationships, munjolo,
Yeah.
heartbreak, this man did this. Like, not so many people are celebrating love.
Exactly.
And I really want us to like really talk about that. Kuti, like, is it Kuti relationships are they all bad? Like, are they not good things that people are doing out there? Like, what's really happening with that?
No, but I think before I actually answer your question, I just want us to backtrack a little bit, because we might be saying Valentine's is coming and we might want to celebrate love. But do you know that this particular time of the year, so many people are depressed because they are single.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't, anyone. I know we're supposed to be celebrating love, but I know there's someone that is watching and they just feel discouraged. I saw this one. It was actually an article that was saying there is a dating recession where people are not so keen to get into relationships, maybe because of fatigue. You've just been dating and it's not working. You're meeting the wrong people. And someone might be in their single season right now. And as Valentine's Day approaches, you're just like, oh my God, you just want to put your phone on airplane mode because, people are going to be receiving gifts. They're going to be receiving all this love and you're just there to watch. And I just want us to dive into this single era, because some people might call it a curse. Some people might call it a blessing. But what exactly is the single season, and how should we be intentional about our single season before we even talk about celebrating?
Right. Okay. I think I like that. So for me, would I say being single is a blessing? Like, case I think it's a blessing in the sense that when you're single, you get to experience and do a lot of things that the moment you have somebody by your side, you're not able to do that. Not because they won't allow you to do those things, but probably because you are now committed to building a different life or go a different direction with this particular person. So there's not enough like time or opportunities to be doing certain things or to explore on your own. So I feel like being single is a blessing because those are the times where you get to tell yourself, like, you can just wake up and decide there's a show coming up,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I'm not going to the show, it's crowded. But on the day, you just wake up like, let me
Want to
just
go.
go.
Yeah.
But imagine that situation where you now have someone, you now have to be considerate about that person. Not because no, they might actually want to go with you, but also the fact that you have to also consider every decision you're making, you have to consider another person. So for me, being single is and I've often hear like a lot of married people say, you know what, the marriage is
But those people, they say that whilst they are in marriages, I that's unfair.
No, I guess it's it's from your point of view. Before you experience a certain kind of life, you're curious about what that life is about, right? Probably you've never been to a certain country, right? And okay, let's say probably for people, like for some of us who've not been to Dubai, we're like, I really want to go to Dubai. Dubai is on my bucket list. But probably once you go there a couple of times, then you become so used to it that you're like, you know what,
That
I
is
don't
the
even like the
trend.
weather in Dubai, it's so hot. Yeah, so I think it's from that place where chin usatwa chitanga usatwa pina machiri, then it's like how before you have a car, you always wanted to have a car. Now you have a car, you're complaining about traffic.
Yeah.
So
So
are you saying for makombi kuri nani?
nope.
Yeah.
But I think people think that it's a cliche when we say during your single time,
Mm-hmm.
that's the time where you get to learn yourself.
Right.
I'll speak for myself. During that season of my singleness, there was a time where I started to understand things that I did not like and things that I did like.
Right.
I got time with God. And I think that's so important because you will see that the more you draw closer to God, then everything starts to make sense. And people think that, oh, that's overrated. I just want to be with someone. And it could be true. There are some people that don't thrive in singleness. That's
Mm-hmm.
the honest truth. So if you are that person who you feel like I have to be with someone, just ask yourself, why do you want to be with someone?
Someone,
And
yeah.
do you know yourself enough to be with someone? Because life is about individuality first before you can build a life with someone.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know what you like? Do you know what you don't like? All of these things take time to
Right.
understand yourself. Self-awareness is important because one thing that I have found out is marriage is about purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do not know your purpose, best believe you're going to be frustrated in marriage, especially if you end up with someone that also doesn't understand your
Then,
purpose.
yeah.
You're going to spend the rest of your life doing things that do not bring you fulfillment,
Mm-hmm.
and because you never took that time to
Time
know
for
yourself,
yourself.
because marriage is fast paced. I am not married, but I have seen married people. I've got married, sisters, friends. I've seen that it's fast paced. Now you have to deal with in-laws. Now it's children. Now you've got a husband.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have time to actually sit down and think. Have you ever seen those people that leave even school when they get married because they don't even have time to put that in?
Right.
So if you don't know who you are at your core, what brings you joy, what do you like spending most of your time doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you rush into something, then it means you're going to live a life that is not fulfilled, or you're going to merge your life with someone that does not align with your
Right.
purpose. So I would say count it all joy when you're single, especially if you have not discovered who you are. That is the time for you to know who you are.
Right, right. I love that a lot because I'm always pushing for, the relationship with yourself before you even start or get to know somebody
Mhm.
else,
Yeah.
because I feel like it's one of the most important relationships. You have the relationship with God,
Mhm.
then there comes that relationship with yourself.
Mhm.
That getting to that certain level of self-awareness, getting to that level of self-love. You know how people say that people are going to love you the way you love yourself,
Yeah.
or people are going to treat you the way you
You
treat
treat yourself.
yourself.
True.
Yes, because what's happening, it's there's a lot of projection going on. Even in relationships, do you even know that you can even project the self-hate you have on yourself, on your partner, unknowingly? Yeah, it's so easy to do that because you don't even understand your your own, like, the things that
Triggers.
yeah, the
triggers you.
triggers, everything, all of that, things that brings you joy, things that bring you peace. And I think I said this in the in our first episode where we're talking about, like, your 30s and growing up, and I say that I feel like it's really important for somebody to have that time where they just stay or live by themselves before they are, they start living with someone else, or they're doing life with someone else. Because do you know, people who are married, they say that marriage will surprise you. Even you will surprise.
You were surprised as well, like,
You were
"This
surprised.
me?"
Yeah, you didn't even understand that you had this amount of anger in you. Like when somebody just triggers you, you didn't even understand. And it comes, and unfortunately, some of these things, they come out in relationship. I didn't know I could say certain words until I was in a certain relationship that I was pushed to my
You're like,
limit.
"Is this me?"
Exactly. So yeah, I think I absolutely agree with you
Mhm.
that it's really important in your singlehood to just appreciate and embrace that season.
And also the fact that we live in a society. Now I want to flip the coin, because
Mm.
yes, we have said singleness is good. It helps you to know yourself, to know your purpose. But also do not stay in that state for fear of falling in love.
Yeah.
There are so many people that have been hurt. You are single because you have repeatedly been in the same relationships that have hurt you so much, and you don't want to get to that point where you give someone a chance, and you are comfortable being single. I was having this conversation with my friends, and they were like, "You know what, when I think of, even sharing a bed with someone,
Mm.
the thought, I don't like that thought. Or the
Ooh,
thought of
yeah.
someone asking me, where are you? What are you doing? That accountability to someone. I'm so used to my own space to a point where you don't want to let anyone in. So if you are in your singleness era, um yes, you must know that you are in that era too, for growth, to know yourself, but don't be in that place for fear of opening up your heart and letting someone in. Because one thing about God is he was the one who created that institution of marriage,
Right.
and we thrive as society on families. And I know not everyone is meant to be married. That's a given. But what if you are meant to be married? It means you have to open up your heart. You need to, give someone a chance.
You're right.
That guy in your inbox, just give him a chance. Yeah.
That is not my time.
Just give him a chance, definitely. Yeah.
Right. And so I think also when it comes to the pressure that comes from, like,
Hmm.
like society, it also comes back to even the issue of, not knowing yourself and what you want at a certain point and at a certain time. Because if you live life on autopilot, like on, and also if your life is just going with what's going with the flow,
Yeah.
then you tend to fall also into that trap of, and I'm not gonna lie, at some point I was also in,
Autopilot.
in that Uyu Yaguti. You know how people you went to school with, and they're like, they're getting married, they're having kids, and you're like asking yourself, like, and it feels like you also should. Yeah, because you know how we say, oh, by 30 I should be married
Yeah,
with 2 kids, and and life is a funny way of surprising us.
it does.
And I'm saying this to say that we can all relate. It's not always that you woke up and you had self-awareness and you knew what self-love
Journey.
is.
It's a
Yeah, it's a
constant.
journey. It's
Yeah.
it's you learning from the hard experiences that, oh, okay, I need to chill out on this one. Maybe this is not for me. And it just didn't come overnight.
Yeah, true.
It took time. Sometimes when people were preaching or were talking about this whole thing of, like, be content in yourself, it didn't make sense at the time because I'm like, what do you mean?
Be content.
Exactly. When you're going home to to your person. What do you mean I should be
And
connected?
I remember someone even said that, when you're single, try to do things on your own a
Right.
little
Like,
bit.
do you mean I can just walk to a coffee shop by myself?
Then do things. But sometimes you're actually doing that and
Right.
you still feel empty. That's why I say there are some people that don't thrive in being single or in solitude.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's also okay. It's a sign that you were designed for marriage.
Mm.
You were designed to have a life partner. But you must be cognizant of the fact that, do I know my purpose? And then if you know your purpose, but you are still single, you are loving yourself, going on coffee dates, you're traveling, but still you feel empty. It just means you don't have to lose hope. You don't have
Right.
to be disappointed that, oh, maybe this thing is not meant for me, because God will make things happen at their own right time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, and so I wanted to say, like, on this thing of going on to coffee shops and on solo dates, at first it's going to feel weird.
Very
Like, it's
cringe.
going to feel so weird. It's going to feel like, "Ah, but how am I going to be in a place by myself? How am I going to even dress up for myself?" See, that's the same thing I was talking about, self love. That some people are going to love you the way you love yourself. Because when you look at it, it's all about projection.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to project whatever you feel inside on someone else. So at first it's obviously going to feel weird, but after some time you're going to, to start embracing it. And if you're feeling pressured, like, since we're talking about Valentines,
Yeah.
if you're feeling pressured about, like, oh, I'm single, nobody's, sometimes it's also good to do something nice for yourself. I actually saw a post on IG recently where someone was talking about, last Valentine's I bought myself this gift that has always been on my wish
Yeah.
list, da 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 da, da. And I thought to myself, like, that's actually probably something, a good thing to do. And because it kind of like lessens the pressure. You're not always waiting for somebody
Someone.
to do
And do you want
something
to know
for
what
you.
shows that
Yeah.
someone does not love themselves? They have never bought themselves flowers, but they want
Someone
someone to
else
buy
to
them
buy
flowers.
flowers.
That's when you see that all of these things that we are seeing on the internet is all a show. Most times,
Mm-hmm.
it's all a show. So if you're someone that's envying people that are getting this gift, not that it's a bad thing, but most of the times, most people that receive these flowers, they've never bought them for themselves. If you really love flowers, you would not wait for someone to gift you flowers. You would buy
Buy
them
them
occasionally
yourself.
for yourself, because they bring you joy at the end of the day. So don't feel pressured.
Right. So
Don't feel
speaking about posting and flowers,
mm-hmm.
I so there's this thing that just started, like, especially with us millennials and Gen Zs, where we we are focusing more on the gifts than the givers.
Yeah.
Like, if you've noticed that a lot of people, like, now, it's their birthday, it's their Valentine's when they've received a gift from their partner, especially with the ladies.
Yeah.
And I think I was guilty of this at some point. Like, I would just post
You soft
the
launch
gift,
your
yeah,
person.
soft launch your person, but like not giving. So I kind of like, at some point I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, but like, what's up with all this thing? Like, why is it glorified? Like, why is soft launching glorified? Like, are we not losing the essence of what giving is about? Like, if, okay, I understand. Okay, I don't know. Like, what is the reason of people not posting?
Do you mean not posting the gift
The
or
giver.
or the giver?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a statement that says, what people don't know, they cannot destroy. We cannot
Okay,
deny that
why are
we
you
are
posting
Africans.
gifts?
Because people are trying to protect their relationship
No,
for the
I get it.
person.
I get it.
Yeah.
So why are you even hinting?
You want to, okay, you want to tell potential suitors that I have someone that is important to
No,
me,
I
but
don't
I
know. I
can't show
think
you the
it's.
person is
I'm
here.
sorry. I know I'm going to be dragged for this, but I feel like it's kind of like it comes with a tinge of clout
Mm.
chasing, in the
Mm,
sense that,
yeah.
somebody bought you flowers, you love them, you appreciate them,
Mhm.
and you took a picture of the flowers, but like, thank you, da 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 da, for buying flowers,
But not the person.
but not the. Okay, I'm not saying the person should. Some people are not comfortable. Fine, that's understandable. But I'm like, it has become a trend that it
A
has
trend.
even become a
That's why
personality.
they gave it a name, soft
Soft
launching.
launching, yeah. It
It's
has
now
become
a trend. But
right.
honestly, I believe it's because of your personality.
Mhm.
There are some people who are just private people in general,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
They do not want people to know who they are dating. Imagine posting every person that you date. Like, how many people would be on our feeds? I know we can delete them, but people will never forget. And I am definitely
Mhm.
guilty. You will never see the tiniest hint of any person that I've ever dated. I think I only did that once in high school, and I told myself never again. And
Okay.
mainly not because I've never dated people, but simply because I want to keep my
All
dating
right.
life private, to protect the person I'm dating and to also protect myself. What if it doesn't work out, you know?
Okay.
And then
So, all right. So this is what I think.
Mhm,
I think I have such a small following on Instagram
mhm,
that the people that actually follow me or
mhm,
the people that have my number
mhm.
to see my status are the people that I actually want in my life. Do you understand what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Right. I'm different from, let me give an example of a celebrity. I'll not mention any name.
Mm.
So, with a celebrity now, it comes with
People that
the
hate
people,
you, that like
yeah,
you.
people, your fans,
Mhm.
people that don't like you, they're following you for what do you call it, evil eye, and just out of spying on
Yeah.
you, right? So I feel like we are kind of like taking this from a person who has like 1 million 30,000 followers
Yeah.
and me with my 200 followers. And these are people that I know, I like, and actually interact with.
With
So
on a daily basis.
I'm not saying that those people also won't have bad intentions, but I'm saying that sometimes I feel like we do it and it's really unnecessary.
Okay, can
Do
I
you get
ask you something?
what I mean?
Have you ever introduced every guy that you've dated to your mom?
No,
Why?
because it wasn't that significant to introduce them. But at the same time, I never showed my mom the gift those guys bought me. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
So if I'm gonna show my mom that, oh, so and so bought me a gift,
Mhm.
then best believe she knows.
So what if you like
w-
the gift but you don't like the giver? It's
the-
not that deep. You like the gift but you simply don't like the giver. I think there are different
Right.
reasons. Like I mentioned, one, you could be a private person,
Mhm.
and the second reason is most girls are dating people's people.
And
Like,
my
is it that
point,
people are
like,
dating married men or they're dating somebody else's man? So
right,
that's why they do not
right,
post, right? And
exactly.
even when they get married, you only see the ring, you don't see the men, right? And this people should make this known because people are envying people's lives when they're married to married people or they are in very toxic relationships,
Relationships,
and
yeah.
we are envying, oh, the man got her a Range Rover and this
This
and
and
that.
that, yeah.
Do you, girl? But at the end of the day, like, women have to know what to envy and what not
Not
to
to
envy.
envy.
And the other reason, honestly, could be we're living in a very toxic world where people ruin good things.
Right. Yeah,
There,
that's
I've heard stories on TikTok where you post your man and even your best friend
and
will
people want
start
what you have. So
exactly.
which brings me to the point that if it's about protecting your space,
Mhm,
if it's about privacy, personally,
mhm.
I would, like I said, I used to be guilty of this because it's a trend. Everybody does it. I would post the flowers, I'd post the gifts. But then I thought to myself that if it's really about protecting my person, then I also want to protect what me and this person
Have
have and are doing. Because also, remember, you might be protecting this person from the people on the internet, but it could be people in your circle that know, oh, so you got flowers today,
oh yeah,
yeah, you know.
that's
So
when we
so
see it's just
so my
flashing.
my whole take on this is I think it's either I'm going to post all the way
Mhm.
or I'm not going to post at
At
all.
all.
You know, like if I'm going to post all the way, it's like I'm posting the person, I'm posting the gift. Like I've just committed myself to sharing everything.
Everything.
But if also I've committed myself to protecting my space,
Mhm.
protecting my what I'm having in this space, that means you know nothing about the flowers he bought me on
You
the
only
14th.
see me coming
You
out
know,
pregnant
exactly.
and I'm married.
Exactly. And also it comes to be another thing also I feel like why people post or don't post is I feel like when, like you said, that people are dating people's people.
Yeah.
So when you have like an element of doubt in you that, oh, probably this guy
Mm.
is not my person,
Yeah.
or I'm not with this guy like that, then there's that need of wanting to hide,
Yeah.
or even with the guys wanting to hide. Have you ever been seen some certain people that you know they are married, but you never see anything about their wives on their
Nothing.
yeah,
Giving single.
exactly. They're giving single. Exactly. So I'm just like, I feel like there's that element of doubt that maybe this person is not for me, or this relationship is not lasting. So that's the thing, that for as long as it's just dating and there's no like commitment to it,
Mhm.
then personally, I think I've just committed myself to not posting anything
And I
until it's significant.
whilst we're having these conversations, I think my word for this year would be intentionality.
Hmm.
Because if everything that you do has got a good intention, you don't have to soft launch people.
Right.
If you're dating someone, you truly love them, and you're not a private person, by all means,
Yeah.
post.
Just post.
Because sometimes it's
We
good
want
to
to see
show people that
everything.
love truly exists. Because
Right.
we have
Yeah.
heard that there's a dating recession, Jolo pandemic, people are being heartbroken left, right, and center. But if people post their love stories, it gives other
More,
people hope
yes. It
that
pushes that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it shows us that true love actually exists. So
Mhm.
if you are that person that wants to show people that true love exists, then go all the way. Don't soft launch people and have us doubting that, is she married? Is she not? Is she in a relationship? Is she not? Just to go all the way. And if you're a private person,
Yeah,
stay
then it's
stay
private.
private.
Yeah, because I feel like some people wouldn't post because probably they are like I said, it's like a public figure and they're
Mhm.
protecting the. Oh, it's a business page.
Yeah.
They are mixing their, some of their personal lives to their business or to their brand they are pushing,
Mhm.
and they decide not to post that. It's kind of understandable in that way. But like me with my 20 followers and then soft logic, like
What are
just
you hiding from?
exactly. Like what am I really hiding, you know?
And I think
But
just
it's
to
just
sum up
interesting.
this
Yeah.
conversation, we have talked about the single era.
Mm.
I've talked about how we display our love, but I just want us to celebrate love.
Yeah,
It's
honestly.
I heard this preaching that said you cannot attract what you don't honor.
Right.
So if you're someone that always thinks someone that has a car atengera when you sugar daddy, if you always think someone that's rich, they have done some form
The
of ritual.
rituals, yeah.
If you're someone who thinks anyone who has money, they did something dodgy, you will
Mhm.
never attract that. What you honor, you will attract.
Right.
So most people, they are failing to attract love into their lives because when they see Danielson with the boso, they're just like,
It's an
"Rebasare,"
yeah, or
but
it's an apology.
yes,
Just
exactly.
yeah.
You will never attract some of those
The
things. So
good
it's
things.
important to just highlight, some of these things that, people are doing all in the name of love that we can appreciate and
Right.
attract. Because honestly, I want to be flown on a private jet like some other people.
Okay.
So, I
Yeah,
don't know what
I
kind of
feel like they're
scene.
good stories,
Mm.
honestly. I feel like they're good stories about love that I also love those, couples that actually, come out and share even from the dating, how they met.
Yeah.
And I love, do you know what? I actually love those couples who'd share their experiences as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mhm.
You know, the time when people had channels together as couples.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you're gonna break up. It's fine.
Mhm.
It happens. Even when you get married, some people get divorced. You
Yeah.
can't, it's inevitable. You leave, but death is inevitable. So for everything that leaves,
Mhm.
it's going to die at some point.
Mhm.
Do you understand? So I feel like this whole thing of living your life in fear of, oh, what if we break up? I mean, if you are that kind of person, really,
Mhm.
and you want to celebrate, by all means, celebrate life. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's so cute. So the trend of like couples being together, sharing their content together. Well, recently there's a couple, will not mention names,
But
but they've been trending
Street.
in the streets.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are buying flowers for each other
Oh,
every
every
day.
day.
And and I really admire that.
Mhm.
And even if they don't end up being together, not that I'm wishing bad on them, but like still, like that's something nice and that's something beautiful to see.
It shows you,
It
like,
shows, yeah,
if a man loves you, what does intention look like?
exactly.
For me, I think I've seen couples that have been praying together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I've always wanted that for myself. I want a husband that I on a Sunday we go to church together. We wake up in the middle of the night and because of, like, the Hallelujah challenge that is happening, you see couples that are actually doing that challenge
Challenge
together. They are
together.
waking up in the middle of
Exactly.
the night. They are
Yeah.
dancing together. They are praying together. And for me, it inspires me to say, okay, there is hope. I can get a man that is prayerful, a man that will cover my family in prayer. So it's not all dark and gloom, guys. Just
Right.
be intentional about where you're drawing your inspiration from, because most people are looking at these people that are never posting their people, that are hiding their people, and people that are dating married men. That's where people are drawing inspiration from.
Exactly. And we're following
Mhm.
trends that we know nothing about.
Nothing
Yeah.
about. Take the good things about love. If you see Danielson, Achiriza so for someone, don't be quick to say, oh, this is an apology,
Yeah.
gift, or anything. Look at the intentionality behind
Yes.
those
And also one
actions.
thing, something I also like about Danielson
Mhm.
is there are times where he actually give like a backstory of like, oh, this man bought this house for the wife without knowing
Yes,
they struggled together for so long and
exactly.
now you finally made it. And those stories, they're actually
Inspire.
inspiring and they
Because
actually,
honest
yeah.
people are pushing this narrative that good men don't exist anymore, or like perfect marriages or relationships,
Mm-hmm.
they don't happen anymore. And we are now wired to
To
accept
exactly to
that.
accept that.
Honestly, I am a lover's girl and I believe true love.
I will heal you in heaven.
Like, what is this more?
Yeah, like honestly,
Yes, and the
I'm
moment you start
mhm.
believing that not perfect guy, because honestly, I don't think perfection exists. It only exists in your own eyes, right? So I think that perfect person for me does exist. Probably might be there, but
Yes,
yeah, you just have to draw inspiration from the right people.
right. So, are you going to come on this podcast and show us what you received this one?
I'm definitely coming because where am I've suffered hearing people's stories and
Right. And I actually
Mhm,
like something that I saw on IG, on Twitter, on X, and it said that me when I finally make
mhm.
it in love, I'm going to be posting and showing off my person, hiding it for who after everything that I went through.
And doing all
What
those
is there to
TikTok
hide?
challenges that people did since 2015, I'm going to do them.
Exactly with my person.
But I
Right.
think I have one last question
Mm.
for you before we close off. What are some of the things that you're doing for yourself to show yourself love? Because we always think that love is about the next person, loving your partner, your parents, or whoever. But what is that one thing that you're doing
One
for
thing.
yourself? Okay, a
Okay.
couple of in a minute
In a
or
minute, okay. Number one is sleep. I'm not compromising my sleep for anyone.
actually.
If I'm tired, I'm switching off my phone.
Mhm.
I have no time to be asked, why did you switch your phone at 9 p.m.? I wanted to talk to you. I am prioritizing my sleep over anything else. And I think also just, having moments to myself, like Sundays after church and I just want to be by myself. So if I go somewhere and sit somewhere, I'm having like a drink or something, I think like that keeps me grounded and, just spending time to myself and treating myself to a gift that I've
Mhm.
always wanted for a long time.
Yeah.
I always have that wish list of the things that I want. So I think those are like the main three: sleep, treating myself to a nice meal or drink, and then gifting myself something. What about you?
Honestly, for me, I want to travel. I want to see the
Right.
world before I'm tied down to one person. Not that maybe I will get married to someone who will not let me travel, or who I will not travel with, but I think there is beauty in traveling on your own, experiencing things for the first
Right.
time on your own, to just know that genuine happiness of experiencing something on your own.
Right.
And the
That's
last thing would
beautiful.
be being intentional about my time with God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very prayerful person, but I think I haven't been intentional in how I spend my time
Time
with
with
God. It's
God.
just been random. Today I pray, the next day I don't pray.
Mm.
I want to be intentional about my time with God, and I hope all the ladies can do the same.
Right, right. So please, guys, share with us what are some of the things that you're intentionally doing if you're single, that is, or even if you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
But what also are some of the things that you're still doing for yourself to just, keep yourself together for the person that you're with. Until next time, thank you guys for joining us. Please make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment. And please, guys, share with us what you received on we want to know. And I think we're gonna have an episode where we're sharing all the good stories, all the good things that we should
Yes.
definitely do that episode. So please reach out to us and just share the beautiful things that are happening in your lives as a single person or as a person in a relationship. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.